maps. You're also not allowed to interact with any enemies. One thing that I should mention is, this is the TAS competition. For those of you who don't know what TAS is, TAS is short for Tool Assisted Speedrunning, which is essentially where you play through the game frame by frame with save states and memory watch to try to create a perfect set of inputs. It's a pretty cool thing that everyone should try out. It's not really the same thing as speedrunning, not really meant to be compared directly. Just tassing could be the theoretical perfect run. The task competition is where people try to do these tasks as fast as possible. So you're going to see a lot of entrants trying to do this task incredibly fast. A lot of entrants, I should say. We got a total of 48 entrants this competition. This is pretty dang nice for Task 1. These are all of the red coin locations. Have to collect 5 out of 7. Without further ado, let's get started. You can see the tasser time and placing will be on the bottom when the runs are being shown. Let's watch some runs. Starting off, unfortunately, in last place, 48th. I Canino, with a time of 46.63. Better luck next time. Let's load up your run. All we're doing here is loading up the set of inputs that they have made and playing them back to see how fast they did their competition. Starting off by going through the warp, long jumping over, jumping up the stairs. You may notice all of the enemies are actually removed from this task, specifically because of the requirement that you are not allowed to interact with any enemies. To help with this, the task competition organizers actually removed every single enemy from the task. Starting off in these task competitions, we play the runs from slowest to fastest, so while it may start off a little bit slow, ooh, I did like that cancel there on the fence, it'll get rapidly faster and faster as time goes on. There we go. Looks like they're trying to get the star down there. They have collected 5 out of 7. Instead of jumping down, uses the pole and jumps into the star. A little bit unoptimized for a start, but still a great run by Icanino, getting 48th place. Time of 44.63. Next up, in 47th with a huge time cut, Guy Clicking with a time of 29.20. Let's load up their run. Starting off by going into the warp. Does the punch trick to get a little bit of extra speed, grinding up this side right here. It doesn't actually make it all the way up, unfortunately. Gets the red coin on the slope, probably going to go for the falling platforms right over here. Long jumps back over, triple jumps up the slope to get all the way around the backside of Womp's Fortress. Ooh, nice wall kick. I never considered using that to actually make it up to the very top. Shoutouts to Nis for that side flip. Gets the red coin on the island and does Owlless in a little bit of a weird way to collect the star right at the end. What a great run to number 47, Guy Clicking. Next up, in 46th place, Gotten Desert Zero, time of 27.10. Let's load up their run. I should mention, some of the earlier runs are usually a little bit unoptimized, but that's alright. The real runs you guys gotta see are the later runs, the runs that are closer to the top 10. Let's watch those runs. Starting off by going through the warp. Doing a sparkly triple jump to make it all the way up over here. Side flip diving into the red coin, going the red next to the pole. Another side flip dive, a little weird. Tons of side flip dives just to be able to go all the way around the map. Going past the cannon, yet another side flip dive. So many side flip dives in this competition, Nis is having a heart attack. There's a lot of side flip dives in this one. Gets the last red coin and side flip dives into the star. What a great run by number 46, Gotten Desert Zero, with a time of 27.10. Already the times are starting to come down pretty fast. We've only watched 3 runs. Next up, in 45th place, Mario Killer, with a time of 26.63. Fortunately not allowed to kill Mario in this competition, at least in this task. Let's load up their run. This is this guy's first TAS. Excited to see what they do. Doing a similar strat to the earlier competitor, except instead using the AB trick to make it all the way up to the red coin around the backside. Making it up with just a side flip wall kick to be able to make it to the red coin all the way on the top. Diving to the red coin past the pole. Grinding a little bit, using dives to get some speed over to the red coin next to the cannon. Probably going to go to the red coin, yeah, that one right there. And then going to the cannonless star, it looks like, just going straight into it. Actually doing cannonless. That would have worked if the wall thing that the star is under was there too. That would have gotten cannonless as well. Congratulations to Mario Killer, finishing with a time of 26.63. Next up, in 44th place, the one and only Amoeba, finishing with a time of 24.13. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Amoeba for getting into the top 44. Starting off waiting outside the warp. Really waiting outside the warp. There we go, finally entering the warp. Doing the punch trick to get a little bit of extra speed at the start before triple jumping all the way up. Immediately side flip diving all the way over the fence. Triple jump diving all the way up onto the top to get this red coin. Turning around, making it all the way onto the top of the Holwam's Fortress. Slide kicking into the red coin next to the pole. Probably going to long jump over and get the red coin next to the sign, and then side flip into the cannonless star. I called it. Congratulations to Amoeba for getting 44th place in this competition with a time of 24.13. This time is still coming down really fast with around 2 seconds cut between each person. Let's see if that continues. Next up, in 43rd place, Op Roasts, or OP Roasts, with a time of 22.33. Let's load up their run. I agree, some of these runs are great for first TASes. Let's load them up. Starts off by going into the warp. Does the punch trick to get a little bit of extra speed right there. Dive grinds up the slope, actually uses the sign to get the dive recover out even faster. Turns around, does 2 wall kicks, grabs the edge to be able to make it all the way up onto the top. Going over to the red coin on top. Goes down to the sign red coin next to the cannonless star and just jump dives into the cannonless star right at the very end. Congratulations to OP Roast for finishing in 43rd place. Next up, in 42nd place, Y-Stem with a time of 21.80. Let's load up their run. Nice try on the glitchy wall kick, OP Roasts. Let's load up Y-Stem's run. Congratulations to Y-Stem for getting the answer to the universe number. Goes all the way on the left side with dive grinds to make it up all the way even faster. Goes and gets the sign reds, avoids the cannonless star, can't get it yet. Jump dives on the little gray triangle right there to be able to make it all the way around the backside of Womps. Triple jumping up with a wall kick just to be able to land on top. Slide kicks into the red coin and is probably going to just fall directly onto the cannonless star. Yep, I called it. Congratulations to Y-Stem for getting 42nd in this competition. Next up, in 41st place, barely missing out on the top 40. Better luck next time to the Dire Docs legend, Luke Soward. Time of 21.33. Let's load up their run. There you are. Description, Happy New Year, everyone. Starts off with just 2 jump kicks, making it all the way up with the help of just a triple jump, getting the red coin on the slope, side flip diving, going up all the way onto the red coin on the floating island. The red coin on the top, probably going to get the one by the pole. No, fakes me out and gets the red coin by the elevators before going to the one by the pole. And then getting the cannonless star instead of just jumping down. Long jumping all the way over to get the cannonless star at the end. Congratulations to Luke Soward. Unfortunately, barely missing out on the top 40, but still doing a pretty good job, getting 41st place. Next up, In 40th place, first person in the top 40, it is Yo. What's up? What's up, everybody? With a time of 20.93. Let's load up their runs. Yeah, some of these runs, I'm getting worried about how everyone's going to place. These runs are already fast. We're not even in the... We just made it to the top 40, rather. Actually uses the metal cap box to make it all the way up with a triple jump. Uses the sign to conserve speed a little bit. Get a little bit faster to that red coin. Uses the dive recover off of the already fallen block. Gets the red coin on top, the red coin on the top as well. Gets the one past the pole and just jump kicks down to the star right there. What a great run by Yo What's Up, finishing in 40th place. Congratulations on making it into the top 40. Next up, in 39th place, it is Scuttlebug Razor with a time of 20.83. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Scuttlebug Razor. Description: download All-Star Adventure! Exclamation point. Starts off, then finally goes into the warp. Triple jumps up with the sparkly triple jump to make it a little bit higher. Uses the slope to get speed to actually make it up without having to do any more jump kicks. Goes to the red coin on the top, probably going to the one on the island, does with the help of a jump kick. Just jumps down to get the one on the slope. Turns, long jumps over, makes it over that fence right there somehow, and then jump dives into the star right at the very end. Congratulations to Scuttlebug Razor, sorry, finishing in 39th place. First person in sub 40th. Next up, in 38th place, Mr. Piet 1001 with a time of 20.5 seconds. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Mr. Piet. Yeah, that star seems like a good one to get. To me. Where are you, Mr. Piet? There you are. Description: suck. With 2 C's. Jump kicks, turns around for a little bit, and also uses the slope, gets up with a similar route to the earlier competitor, but instead goes all the way to the one on the island immediately, turns around to be able to make it to the one where King Womp would be. Just falls down and uses the slope to get to that one. Gets the red coin, and then jump dives into the cannonless star right at the very end. Congratulations to Mr. Piet, finishing in 38th place in this competition. Doing pretty dang nice, if I do say so myself. Next up, in 37th place, is he trying to water upwarp here? Look at this upwarp. Oh man, what a crazy upwarp. Anyways, in 37th place, Super Watermelon 64, finishing with a time of 20.40, beating Mr. Piet by 1/10 of a second. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Super Watermelon 64. Also doing the sparkly triple jump up. A little bit of crazy camera right here. Just look at the camera angles used in this task. I just want to point that out. Nice pause buffered A press to be able to press A on 2 consecutive frames. Sparkly triple jumping up. This is a very unique route so far, ending with on the island and then jumping all the way down. What a great camera, what a great run. Unfortunately, only getting 37th, but still very fun to watch run by Super Watermelon 64, finishing in 20.40. Congratulations to Super Watermelon. Little mini free run right here, just to look even cooler. Next up, in 36th place, he's been worried in chat this whole time, missing Undefined, with a time of 20 seconds flat. Congratulations to Missing Undefined. Let's watch their run. There you are, Missing Undefined. Description, blah, 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 blah. Goes to the warp, does the punch trick to get a little bit of extra speed, dive grinds, uses the edge to turn around. Not really sure what that was about. Whoa, makes up with 2 very quick firsties. Side flips after getting the red on the very top of the mountain. Slide kicks all the way down to the 4th red coin. Uses these slopes to get the 5th, and then jump dives into the Canalus star. What a great run by Missing Undefined, finishing in 36th place. Showing off some fancy breakdances right at the end in celebration. Next up, first person with a sub 20-second time. Congratulations to Taychuk, finishing with a time of 19.90. Let's load up their run, barely beating Missing Undefined by 1/10 of a second. Where are you, Taychuk? Let's watch your run. Ground pounds into the warp at the very start. Punch trick uses the sign to go all the way around the left to get up with some dive grinding. Gets the red coin. Whoa, even more fancy grinding. Nice glitchy wall kick to be able to make it all the way up onto the top. That's the first time I've seen that glitchy wall kick. I expect to see it at least a couple of times. There's that 5th and final red coin, and then jumps down to the jumps down to that star to finish. What a great route by Taychuk. I loved that glitchy wall kick to finish in 35th place. Dang, these runs are already starting to look super cool. Congratulations. Next up, in 34th place, Sad Dummy Bluky, finishing with a time of 19.30, beating Taychuk by 0.6 of a second. Let's load up their run. Where are you, Sad Dummy Bluky? There you are. Starts off just walking. Triple jumps up a little bit farther to the left side to be able to make it up a little bit faster, not really sure. Gets over to the island with help of that double wall jump. There's the 3rd red, gets the one next to the pole. Probably going to get the one next to the sign past the Canalus star. Yes, uses the slope to get some speed to be able to make it to that red, and then jump dives into the Canalus star right at the end to get 34th place. Congratulations to Sad Dummy Bluky, finishing with a time of 19.30. Nice camera stuff right here. Next up, in 33rd place, with a time of 19 seconds flat, beating Sad Dummy Bluky by 0.3 of a second, it is Canif. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Canif, finishing in 33rd place. Starts off with an immediate slide kick and then long jumps up the stairs, a bit different than the other competitors. This run is very different so far, just with the routing itself. Goes back down past where the elevators would be to get the 3rd red coin. Gets the one on the slope, and then uses the slope right there to get a little bit of extra speed, gets the 5th red coin, and then jump dives with the same ending as some of the other competitors, but I did like that stuff right there. Congratulations to Canif, finishing in 33rd place. Almost getting a sub 19, missing it by a frame. Unfortunate. Anyways, next up, in 32nd place, beating Canif by over a half of a second. With a time of 18.47, it is Nathan 10 Nathan. Let's load up their run. Congratulations, Nathan, for the first sub 19 time. Where are you? There you are. Description, 0 effort, but I want to have a submission for every task this year. Starts off going through the warp, does the punch trick into a long jump, just jumps up the stairs, doesn't need to dive grind. Long jumps, ooh, nice pause buffered something, not even really sure, might have been an A press or a B press. Side flip dives up onto the green island, gets the 4th red coin, the final one next to the pole, and does a C up jump right at the end there. Look at that closely one more time, and you can see that he actually used C up to jump a little bit faster. What a great finish by Nathan 10 Nathan, getting the shoot into the wild blue star in a great route, earning 32nd place in this competition. Next up, beating Nathan 10 Nathan by 0.17 of a second, it is Ira Sanch, finishing with a time of 18.30. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Iwer, who also has the same description, Happy New Year. Crouches into the warp. Does the punch trick. Also does the long jumps up the stairs, makes it all the way up and over. Dive recovers all the way around the backside of Womps. Makes it up onto the island. Probably going to get this red coin right here, the red coin next to the pole, and then jump down to the chute into the wild blue star. Yep, that is exactly what he did. Congratulations to Iwer for finishing in 31st place, beating Nathan 10 Nathan with a kind of similar route, shaving off some frames where they couldn't. Congratulations to Iwer. Unfortunately, barely missing out on the top 30. Next up, first person in 30th place, and the only person in 30th place, rather. It is Letos with a time of 18.23. Shoutouts to Letos, all 26 of them. Let's load up their run. That was a joke. I'm a jump into this warp. Does the punch trick. Looks like another triple jump up. Sparky the triple jump to make it a little bit farther. Gets up just with the help of a jump dive. Side flip wall kicks to be able to make it up without having to do two separate wall kicks. Gets the red coin on the island third. Slide kicks down because you can avoid bouncing if you're in a slide kick for long enough in the air without ground beneath you. Gets that red coin, the red coin next to the sign, and then goes into the cannonless star to finish in 30th place. Congratulations to Letos. Next up. He told me how to say his name, I'm probably going to butcher it. The first sub-18 second time in 29th place, LRF Lou, with a time of 17.83. Let's load up their run. Congratulations for making it into the top 30, LRF Lou. Dang, he even gave his time in the task description. What a great guy. Starts off going into the warp. Triple jumps up with just a regular triple jump. Somehow makes it up with that dive. Makes it all the way beneath the fence. Some side flip dives. This guy loves his jump dives. Slide kicks all the way down to the fourth red coin. A pretty similar route to some of the earlier competitors. Just doing it a little bit faster to shave off some time. Saving 0.4 of a second over Letos, who used a similar route. Congratulations to LRF Lou. Next up, in 28th place, with a relatively large time cut this late in the competition, Can Kicker 8, finishing with a time of 17.13, beating LRF Lou by 0.7 of a second. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Can Kicker. Congratulations. Let's load up their run. Description: I've won this task. Yeah, you didn't even make top half. Better luck next time, Can Kicker. Uses the slope to make it all the way up to the right of the red coin, just allowing him to triple jump up to the very top and get that red coin. Get the two red coins up on the higher level, slide kick down. Using the slope to get a little bit of extra speed. Also using that slope, a little minor optimization not shown off by some of the earlier competitors. A very similar route, but with a slight changes allowing them to go even faster and shave off 0.7 of a second over the earlier competitors. Next up, in 27th place with the first sub-17 of this competition, with a time of 16.93, it is Mad Ghostek, finishing in 27th place. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Mad Ghostek, finishing in 27th. Description: sick grind. I want to see this grind that they mention. Is it going to be at the start? Yeah, look at this fancy grinding, diving action right at the start. Using the slope to make it all the way up to this red coin. Dang, this run is looking incredible. Nice glitchy wall kick. I love every time that glitchy wall kick is used. Gets the red coin on top, the red next to the elevators, the red next to the pole, and jump kicks down to get the shoot into the wild blue star right at the end. Congratulations to Mad Ghostek. Unfortunately not making it into the top half, but still doing a great job to finish in 27th place in this relatively stacked competition. Congratulations to Mad Ghostek. Next up, in 26th place, beating Mad Ghostek by 2 frames. That's how close it's starting to get. This is starting to get relatively competitive. In 26th place, Silver with a time of 16.87. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Silver. Let's load up their run. Description: I hope I chose the good route this time. These routes are starting to get crazy. Punch tricks. Another triple jump, spark the triple jump up, making it really far with that spark of the triple jump. Side flip, wall kicking to be able to make it up relatively quick, avoiding having to do 2 wall kicks. Gets the red on the top. There's that slide kick down a lot of people have been using. Jump diving instead of using the slope. And going into the star. Doing a route we've seen a couple times, but just managing to do it faster than everyone else, finding optimizations that they couldn't. Congratulations to Silver. Getting 26th place, unfortunately barely missing out on the top half, which is 24th would be where the top half starts. Also, very unfortunately, missing out on the top half. They said, please let me into the top half in chat. Missing it by 1 single spot. It is a deal. Finishing with a time of 16.60. Better luck next time. You are so close. Let's load up your run. Description: make sure you can hear Mario. Going up over the red coin at the very start. Not allowed to collect red coins before the run starts. Going up with the help of a triple jump. Just jumping twice in the slope. Triple jumping to make it all the way up onto the top. Side flip diving to make it up to the red coin on the island. Instead of doing the slide kick down a lot of people have been doing, just falls down, uses the falling blocks, and then jump dives into the Canada Star right at the very end. Congratulations to Adil. Very unfortunately missing the top half by 1 single spot. Oh man. Yeah, wahoo. Next up, barely beating Adil by a couple of frames. First person in the top half of this competition, the legendary Super Mario 1 speedrunner Cosmic D12, finishing with a time of 16.53. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Cosmic. Let me see some pics of Cosmic Dog in the chat. Where is your run, Cosmic? There you are. Description: womp womp. Starts out with the triple jump up, uses the slope to go all the way over to the right, allowing the setup for the triple jump to make it up even faster. Probably would allow them to beat Adil right there. Nice dive grind on the rotating platform. Wow. That's an optimization I haven't seen so far. Doing a very similar route, but I did love that dive grind to get so much speed from that rotating platform, allowing Mario to dive really fast and gain a ton of speed in a very short amount of time. What a clean run by Cosmic, finishing in 24th place. Next up, in 23rd place, another Super Mario 64 TAS you may have known. It is Time Travel Penguin, finishing with a time of 16.37. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Time Travel Penguin for making it into the top half. Description: that is way too long. You guys can read that later if you want. Starts off by faking a jump and ground pounds into the warp. Triple jumps all the way up, uses the slope to go all the way to the right. A very similar route to Cosmic, but instead just triple jumps up. Wow, goes for the one on the island. He's getting really fast this time. A different route. Goes all the way around the backside. Jump dives over the gray triangle and just does a regular dive, somehow making it. Wow, I didn't even think that was possible. Although it is, in hindsight, relatively easily, but still, I would have never considered it. Great job to Time Travel Penguin, finishing in 23rd place. Next up, in 22nd place. You know him, you love him. He is underwater. A time of 15.93, the first sub-16 in this competition. Cutting off almost half a second over TTP. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Underwater. You gotta watch out. Being underwater makes you lose health relatively quickly. Gotta make it to the top. Starts off with another sparkling triple jump, a different angle this time to be able to make it just straight up to the red coin. Just does a double jump, wall kick, grab the ledge. Interesting ledge grab. We have not seen that yet this far. Just does a jump kick down and uses the slope, a pretty similar route. Actually dive, oh man, the dive and dive recover off the sign to make it all the way over to the star. Little mini optimization you might have missed there. That dive recover off the star to be able to make it all the way to, or off the sign rather, to make it all the way to the star. I already know the best time, so I can't guess, unfortunately, but still, congratulations to Underwater. Next up, in 21st place, Jonghyun with a time of 15.87, beating Underwater by 2 frames. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Jonghyun. Description: this is the speed limit. Please do not exceed the speed limit. That is true. Everyone that goes faster than Jonghyun will be ticketed. Starts out with another sparking the triple jump up. Seems to be a common theme in this competition. Actually goes up on the right side. A little bit of dive grinding there. Wow, never would have considered that. Slide kicks down. First slide kick we've seen in a while. It goes all the way through the bottom of the bridge and then jump dives into the star right at the very end. Great job to Jonghyun. I loved going through the bottom of the bridge there. That bridge does not have a ceiling below it, only a floor. So if you manage to jump through from the bottom, you can just make it all the way through that bridge. What a crazy route. And now for the top 20. Coming in 20th place. Congratulations to Time Stoppa, beating Jonghyun by 0.2 of a second with a time of 15.67. Let's load up their run. There you are. Description: new year, new competition. Jump kicks. Oh, a little bit of a different angle jump kick to be able to just jump dive all the way up to that red coin. Side flips, wall kicks to be able to make it up to the red coin at the top. Seems to be a pretty optimal route right here. Just as a long jump, rather. Wow. Interesting long jump to be able to make it all the way to the star. Some weird movement, but manages to optimize it better than anyone else, getting a time of 15.67 and making it into the top 20. Congratulations to Time Stoppa. And now, with a huge time cut, shaving off over half a second in the top 20, what a legend is Edio0141 with a time of 15.10. This is a new year, so I can make this joke again. Ledio, my Edio. Let's load up their run. Sorry, Edio. Starts off going into the warp. The spark, the triple jump up, seems to be a pretty common theme. Ooh, nice fast double wall kick to be able to make it all the way up using the little elevator holder thing. Actually takes fall damage, jumps through the bottom, and then makes it all the way to the star. Congratulations to Edio, reaching 19th place in this competition. Making it with a huge time cut of over half a second over the previous competitor. Congratulations. Next up, with the first sub 15-second run of the competition, with a time of 14.90, it is SpeedyCube64. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to SpeedyCubed. Description: new year, new memes. Triple jump sparkly all the way up, makes it to the red coin. Just does a glitchy wall kick side flip up. Oh man, what a great glitchy wall kick, allowing to get, and even better, some dive grinds on the green rotating platform and finishing with just a regular dive. That looks pretty dang optimized to me. Congratulations, SpeedyCube. We're getting 18th place in this competition, with the first sub 15-second run so far. Dang, what a great run. Congratulations to SpeedyCube. Next up, in 17th place, time of 14.77, does Project M TAS. It is Dylan Stej. Congratulations. Let's load up their run. Description: first place is mine. Just probably not in this task. Good disclaimer. Good disclaimer. does the same triple jump up and does a kick. A little bit of a different route up than some of the earlier competitors have been using. Looks to be doing a relatively similar route, including with the slide kick down. Uses the slope, goes all the way through the bottom of the bridge, and just dives directly into the star. Congratulations to Dylan. Doing the pretty standard route we've seen at this point, but just managing to do it faster than everyone else so far. Yeah, there's still 16 more runs to watch. This is getting pretty insane. How much time can even be saved at this point? Well, let's see. In 15th place, that's right, 15. This is the first tie of the competition. There is no 16th because they both have 15th. In 15th place, Alex Palix won, finishing with a time of 14.63. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Alex Palix. Description: new year, same low quality TASs. Ha! He's talking about his own TASs. Sparky the triple jumping up, using the slope to make it to that first red coin. Just doing a regular double jump wall kick to be able to make it up onto the top. Getting a third red, slide kicking down, jumping through the bottom of the bridge, and jump diving instead of a regular dive. Jump diving into the star right at the very end. Congratulations to Alex Palix 1 for getting 15th place in this competition. Now, let's see. Who could he have possibly tied with? I know. The other Alex. That's right, both Alexes tied for 15th, also with a time of 14.63. Alex X 167. What are the odds of that? I do not know. We have no idea which Alex is superior. Congratulations to both of them. Nice little bit of crouching action into the warp. Spark the triple jumping all the way up the slope. Nice glitchy wall kick right there. I love the side flip glitchy wall kick. Getting the right coin in the top, dive grinding on there. Jumping up, going past the sign, and getting the star. This seems to be a pretty optimal route to me. People in the top 15 are using it. Great job to both Alexes for getting 15th place in this competition. Next up, in 14th place, beating them out by a singular frame. That's right, this is the first frame cut of the competition. ERGC Xander. Congratulations on making it into the top 15 with a time of 14.60. Let's load up their run. Where are you, Xander? Description: hopefully starting off 2019 with a bang. Get another spark, the dribble jump up. This time diving through the fence. Getting the red coin at the very top. The red coin on the green island. Going through the bottom and just jump diving, cutting the corner a little bit sharper, but because of this, unable to dive, has to do a jump dive. Probably what saved them a frame right at the very end. Congratulations to ERGC Xander for getting 14th place in this competition. Next up, also with a frame cut. That's right, these times are getting so close, people are beating each other by singular frames multiple times in a row. In 13th place with a time of 14.57, Skepex. Congratulations, let's load up your run. Skepex unfortunately getting the unlucky 13th. Doing the same spark the triple jump up route. I love that glitchy wall. Every time I see that glitchy wall kick, it's great. Long jumping all the way to the island. Look at this, different camera angles, really showing off some of this crazy route. Doing it very similarly to Xander's run, just shaving off some time, one specific frame. Shaving off one frame over the movement. Congratulations to Skepex for finishing in 13th place in this competition. Next up, in 12th place, finally managing to win by more than a frame, winning by 3 frames, it is Tomato Bird 8, with a time of 14.5 seconds flat. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Tomato Bird 8. Description: if you read this out loud on stream, I will subscribe to you on Twitch, Ted. Huh. Wonder what that means. Spark the triple jump, a really fast spark the triple jump, making it all the way over to the side. That glitchy wall kick, oh man, I love that it's a standard at this point. So many people have used it, it's so cool. Taking fall damage to be able to go onto the slope even faster, and then jump diving into the star at the end. I love the glitchy wall kick and the purposeful use of fall damage to go even faster, avoiding having to cancel it with the move and just using the slope to immediately gain speed. I love that every time I've seen that. Congratulations, Tomato Bird 8. We're getting 12th place in this competition. Better luck next time for getting into the top 10. Next up, also barely missing out on the top 10, and also another frame war in 11th place with a time of 14.47. Cinnamol with a time of 14.47, barely missing out on the top 10. Let's load up their run. Description, like a billion A's. Wow, there are so many A's in this description. Huh. Spark the triple jumps up. Goes straight for the red coin. Glitchy wall kicks, that's a standard now at this point. I love that glitchy wall kick so much. Speed kicks on the green island, also using fall damage. Wow, using the science hitbox to push him a little bit right at the very end, getting 11th place. Congratulations to Cinnamol. Barely missing out on the top 10, but still doing pretty dang well. That's right, these testers are getting so good. It's just getting so hard to beat them at this point. People are shaving off frames and frames, but we have a couple frames shaved off for the first person in the top 10. Congratulations to Super Davo 0001 with a time of 14.40, shaving off 3 frames over Cinnamol. Let's load up their run. Congratulations to Super Davo on making it into the top 10 with his first non-disqualified Whomp's Fortress entry. Ooh, does a kick before the triple jump. That standard glitchy wall kick. Jump dives, recovers to make it all the way over the island. Some dive grinding on the slope. And then just diving into the star all the way at the very end. Congratulations to Super Davo, beating some people into the frame war to make it into the top 10. As a standard in the task competitions, we watch all the top 10 twice, just so we can really see what the top 10 did that the other people couldn't do fast enough. I just want you guys to pay attention to the camera here that he uses. Triple jumps up. Glitchy wall kicks. Nice camera change right there to get a little bit of a better angle. Gets all 5 reds and then finishes by going into the cannonless star. Congratulations to Super Davo for getting the top 10 in this competition. Next up, in 9th place, beating Davo by 1/10 of a second, it is Fifth Dispense with a time of 14.30. These runs are getting really dang close now. It is getting really intense. Let's load up their runs. Description: welcome GSA viewers, enjoy the TASes, and please join us if this looks fun. I know I'm having a great time. Does the punch trick and immediately does the spark to the triple jump. Uses the slope a little bit, does 2 jumps to make it all the way up. What was that camera change? Come on, Fifth Dispense. You're crazy. Slide kicks, wow, barely makes it over the top of that slide kick. Uses the slope, makes it all the way past the sign, doing the pretty similar route. Even with such a similar route, there's so much differences in these TASes. So much just slightly optimized movement, making it a little bit, just tiny bits faster. Truly going all the way to go as fast as possible. Let's watch that one more time. This is still Fifth Dispense's run. Triple jumps all the way up. Nice camera change right here, doing a full 360. Slide kicks off the green island, uses these slopes to make it all the way past, or to the red coin, and dives into the cannonless star at the very end. Congratulations to Fifth Dispense for getting 9th place in this competition. Now, you guys are expecting an 8th place, right? Well, wrong. There is another tie in the top 10 this time. That's right, these tasks are getting so close, people are tying in the top 10. The first person to finish with a time of 14.23. Dargos, the legendary Mario Tasser. Congratulations for getting 7th place. Congratulations, Dargos. Does a spark the triple jump up all the way up the slope. Just does a regular wall kick, no more glitchy wall kick to be able to make it up. Very similar runs, just optimizing it a little bit better every time. This is an incredible frame war. Let's watch that one more time. Congratulations to Dargos. It's really just shaving off frames and frames over the other competitors. It's getting so close at this point. Berkeley triple jumping all the way up the slope. Just double jump kicking up and making it without even having to grab the ledge because of double jump's variable height. Making it up over the slopes and diving directly into the star at the very end, hitting it as fast as possible. Congratulations to Dargos, finishing in 7th place. Next up, also in 7th place. Also in 7th place, sorry about that sound, everyone. Let me just fix that real quick. Also in 7th place, also with a time of 14.23, THC 98. Let's load up their run. Congratulations, THC, usually known for his Sonic TASs, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, but still doing very well in this Mario 64 TAS competition. Let's load up their run. Wow, conserving speed off the pole into the warp. Haven't seen that yet today. Sparky the triple jumps all the way up. Side flip wall kicks to be able to make it up onto the top of the island. Wow, just runs off. Wow, what an optimization there. Instead of doing the slide kick a lot of people have been doing, just slows down and runs off the island. Wow, truly earning 7th place. Truly earning 7th place in this competition. Let's watch that one more time. Sorry about the doubled audio, everyone. Let's watch that one more time. Congratulations to THC. Making it all the way up once more time. Just falling off and canceling the fall off with the help of the fence. Congratulations to THC, making it in 7th place. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Not really sure what the issue is with this doubled audio, but I'm trying to fix it as soon as possible. Alright, that looks like it fixed it on my end. Let's load up the 6th place run, beating both Dargos and THC by, yet again, one singular frame. In 6th place, the SM64 TASing legend, Sonic Packer, finishing with a time of 14.20. You know him and love him for his TASes and for his shuffle dancing. Let's load up Sonic Packer's run. Starts off also with the spark triple jump. Goes immediately to the red coin. Just makes it all the way up over the elevator holder. Just does a speed kick over that gap. Jumps down, uses the slope a little bit, and dive recovers off the top of the sign. What a great run by Sonic Packer. Barely missing out on the top 5, but still doing a crazy job, beating both Dargos and THC by a singular frame. Congratulations, Sonic Packer. Let's watch that one more time. Sparkly triple jumping all the way up to the top. Making it up just with the help of a double jump wall kick. Speed kicking all the way over that gap. Wow, it's barely possible to make that. Dive recovering off of the sign to finish their run in 6th place. Congratulations to Sonic Packer. And now, for the official task competition, Top 5. In 5th place, beating Sonic Packer by 1/10 of a second. That's a lot this late in the competition. Non-5N5E, time of 14.10. Truly living up to the 5s in his name. Let's load up their run. And people are already saying sub 14 might not be possible, and we're not even in the top 3 yet. What are you guys doing? Sparky the triple jumping up. Ooh, using the slope a little bit more. Ooh, that was a weird glitchy wall kick. A little bit different, I think. Just diving off and canceling the dive with the fence. I loved that little fence trick right there to make it into 5th place, shaving off 1/10 of a second over the previous competitor. Let's slow that up one more time. Congratulations to Nonsense. Triple jumps all the way up. Love that glitchy wall kick. Just runs around in a circle. Speed kicks all the way over the top. Cancels the dive with the help of that fence. Oh man, I love it every time I see that. And then just dives into the star right at the very end. Congratulations to Nonsense. Finishing with a time of 14.10 and making it into the top 5 of this competition. Next up. Well, you know what comes after top 5, right? Next up, in next place, it is CSZ with a time of 13.97. But wait, there's a tie. CSZ barely avoids 4th. Congratulations for your bronze medal. Let's load up their run. That's right, a tie in top 3. This is getting insanely close. Look at this camera, by the way. Just watch the camera movement in this task. Spark the triple jumps all the way up. Speed kicks, glitchy wall kicks, turns the camera all the way around. Look at this camera. The incredible tasking does another take damage task. Uses the sign to just dive all the way in at the very end. What a great run by CSC. Let's watch this one more time. Sparkly jumps all the way up to the top. Gets the first red coin, glitchy wall kicks up using that glitchy wall kick that's pretty standard. Dive recovers over instead of doing a speed kick. Takes damage to immediately go onto the slope. And goes into the star right on the very end. Congratulations to CSZ. Sorry for baiting you right there. You did still get 3rd. Congratulations on your bronze medal. Next up, also in 3rd place, Rush57. Congratulations to Rush for tying CSC and avoiding the 4th place fate. Let's load up your run. Let's see how this run compares to the also bronze medalist. There you are. Description: no problem. Routing this task isn't rocket science, or is it? Winky face. Nice fixed camera. Going into the warp. Sparkly jumping all the way up at the top. Doing this whole task in Mario Cam, it looks like. As opposed to the glorious camera of CSZ. This is cameras, oh man. Doing a pretty similar route, instead going all the way inside the sign, still somehow managing to get the red coin. Congratulations to Rush57. Also getting a bronze medal. Let's watch that one more time. There you go, finally going into the warp. Doing the whole task in Mario Cam. Sparkly triple jumping up the slope. Glitchy wall kicking up. Getting the red coin on top. dive recovering over the top, slide kicking down instead of using the fence or taking fall damage, and going completely inside of the sign to jump into the Cannula Star right at the very end. Congratulations to Rush 57 for getting 3rd place in this competition. By the way, in these results, they actually had Rush first and then CSC. I switched them just so I could make that 4th place joke. Congratulations to both of them. And now, in 2nd place, beating CSC and Rush 57 by 1 singular frame, Nis. Time of 13.93. Congratulations to Nis. Please don't spoil the results if you know who is still in. Description, subscribe to Dargos. Sparkly triple jumping up. Kicking through the sign, or through the fence rather. Just doing a jump dive and recovering all the way down. Was that a C-up jump? Ooh, actually uses the fence. Wow, what a great run by Nis. Uses the dives into the fence, just jumping down, diving, using it to cancel to be able to dive fast really quick. Congratulations to Nis. Let's watch that one more time. Pay attention to the jump off the green rotating platform instead of doing a slide kick down like some other people. Spike the triple jumping up. Getting the red. Glitchy wall kicking. Everyone uses that glitchy wall kick. Of course we do. Look at this dive to just get speed and use the fence to go through it, going all the way through the bottom of those falling blocks, past the sign, and then diving into the Cannula Star. Congratulations to Nis for getting 2nd place in this competition. And now, for the winner of the TAS Competition 2019 Task 1. In 1st place, drum roll please, it is MK Dasher, the legendary Mario 64 TASer, with a time of 13.83, shaving off an entire 1/10 of a second this late in the competition. How on earth did he do that? Let's watch their run. Everyone else was shaving off frames. MK Dasher was saving off 1/10 of a second. Sparkling triple jumping off the sign, going into the warp. Doing a sparkling triple jump up. Jumping twice. Side flipping and doing glitchy wild kick relatively early. Jump kicking down, doing a little bit of a different angle, and just doing a jump dive right into the star. Congratulations to MK Dasher for winning this cast competition. Let's watch that one more time. Congratulations once again. Doing a pretty similar route, just shaving off an entire 1/10 of a second. Jumping all the way up through. Glitchy wall kicking. Doing the jump dive recover to make it to the island. Jump kicking down to take fall damage and immediately go onto the slope. Jumping over the sign, diving, and getting the star at the very end. Congratulations, MK. As we always do for the 1st place. Let's watch that one more time in slow motion. Wow. Really be able to tell what they're doing. That's right, slow motion tassing, here we come. Immediately kicks and does a sparkling triple jump. Bouncing to be able to make it a little bit higher. Look at this jump through the fence. Turns and immediately side flips. Glitchy wall kicks up. Dives, cancels the dive recover. Dive recovers all the way over the gap. Jump kicks down, takes fall damage, and here's the trick. Down warps using the floor that's right next to each other. Goes through the bottom and just jump dives. What a great run by MK Dasher, earning 1st place in this competition, destroying everyone else. How do you win by a whole 1/10 of a second? And I get some GGs in the chat. Congratulations to MK Dasher for winning this competition. Congratulations to everyone, all 48 of you who participated. Make sure to join the TAS Competition Discord for information about the next task. That's right, the next task is about to be revealed right now, live on stream. Next task. In Tiny Huge Island, use the given save state. Start from the modified warp to the mainland. Break all 4 custom-placed wing cap boxes, and end by entering any custom-placed warp pipe. Here's how the warp works. You have to do that to start your run. You have to break this box, this box, this box, and this box. Go in this pipe, or this pipe. You can see more information about the specific rules that you need to do. For example, one rule is no reusing the warp. And see the TAS Competition Discord for more of the rules you need to do. The deadline is February 2nd at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is the next task that will be due in 2 weeks. Congratulations to everyone who participated. That is the end of the Super Mario 64 TAS competition. Task 1. Thank you all for watching. I've been OneTed59. Make sure to follow the tassing scene. There's also a free run competition that goes on that you should join, which is try to look as cool as possible. That's a fun one to watch. But in the meantime, thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.